Hello class, welcome back. I'm Professor Hatter. So this is my I'm back video. If you remember or had heard, I'm sure some people might remember, when Michael Jordan returned to the Chicago Bulls, there was, after his retirement, banned from the NBA for gambling, and his stint in baseball, there are a lot of rumors swirling around, and there's a nice documentary if you look it up on YouTube from NBC, Comcast Sports Chicago. Is he going to return? Is he going to come back? What's Jordan going to do? And he put out a fax basically stating, I'm back. So, I'm back. Just like Jordan, the great one. Number one, I'm back. So, by the time you're seeing this video, I probably have like 1 or 2 videos out already. I didn't want this to be my first video back. It wouldn't have really felt appropriate, I think, where I felt, it would have addressed the elephant in the room too soon. It's like, all right, let's just kind of pick up right where we left off. Let's do a video. I'm trying to do a Time Mathis video first. My Bears hat, the hero one over there, and then after that, I got another video or 2 lined up. So here I'm going to explain with a stuffy nose because it's April and it's allergy season, and I can't go about 5 minutes without having a sneezing fit. So that's probably the only thing I'll cut out from this video if need be. But this is as it would call a talking head video. There's no fancy graphics, there's no editing specials or anything like that. Just a talking head video. So I had made a video I made it end of December into January for my finals week. Last week of the calendar year, ideally, I talk about my top 10 hats of the year, the hats that I got in that year, the hat trends, and all the other things going on in the hat world. And then the last video ideally of the year is reviewing the channel here. And I had done that, and I said I was taking a sabbatical. I was taking a bit of a break because there's a lot of things that were happening, at least in my perspective, that felt like a lot and didn't necessarily have the ability to handle everything at one time. So, kind of delving into the topic of mental health, that it is different for everyone, and for me it was kind of an accumulating point where I think it was there were the different areas of the channel here having effect, work having effect, relationship stuff. Looking for a job was the biggest one, where back in September-ish, that's when I had my big Burdeen's hat field trip video out, where like a gold standard for people to watch of if they want to go to a hat store and, make their own field trip there and make a video about the store. It's a gold standard to follow of how to be detail-oriented and tell a story. But that's just me. And it was a really good video. I knew people really liked Burdeen's, and it would have picked up traffic because of that individual factor that it just had the Burdeen's name to it. And I just kept searching and trying to make a video that would be the next big thing for me to gain a few dozen views, hundreds of views, a few dozen subscribers maybe, and really get more traction going. So some of the videos that I'd recorded, I'm like, no, I'm not going to really do that. That's not going to be a big one for me. I'm not going to do that one idea because it's going to take too long, it's not going to get views, people aren't going to like it. That I was focused on this one idea. How, remember I did that fridge collection video? That is still my most watched video on my channel, which if I look it up, I'm pretty sure it's at like 2,000 some views. I guess technically one other video might be, while I'm looking it up, might be more viewed. The fridge video is my most viewed hat video, but I did do a Black Sox scandal video, which has 3.4 thousand views, and the fridge collection video has about 2.2. So, yeah, I wanted to do something like that, like a hat collection mock-up video. A lot of people are doing mock-ups and showing them off, the Hat God contest, and a lot of other people were getting their chance to do a hat design, getting their shoulder tapped from hat retailers to make a hat collection lineup. And I wanted my turn at it, so I made this hat collection of the HQs, and go watch that video at some point. And thought it was gonna be like big. I was gonna do like a whole thing about the intro skit being funny, and put a lot of like reshoot work into it, a lot of special effects, After Effects work on the computer. But then the computer wasn't really handling it too well, and I got frustrated with it and got mad. I had to do all these reshoots, and the timing wasn't working out, and the footage was grainy and crappy. This isn't my level of production. This isn't my SAS Factory level. I'm not going to put this out. It makes me look bad. And I have to make it look really good because then people are going to like it and we'll get more views out of it. And I kind of snapped at one point. And mainly because of the computer not handling it, not having the proper settings, really, I snapped. It was about mid-December. I don't know if you can see it here, but probably not. There's these 3 poles in our basement here, 4 actually, that hold up the basement on the iron beam, and I took an old tripod to one of the poles and just smacked it against it in frustration. I have a lot of anger issues, and that was a point where I realized that I'm putting maybe too much effort into this, that it's maybe not worth at least this anger, just because the computer might not be handling it, just to stay calm and keep working on it, fix a few settings maybe, but I didn't. So I got angry about it, and I kind of had a realization of, at that point, having that accumulating part of at least with the channel, that I wasn't getting the views that I wanted. That with my job searching, that was putting some stress on me of not finding a place, that being getting a paralegal certification back in May of 22, that I don't want to go that route, and I only had like a few interviews, not really, maybe like 3, and this one place, Granger, never got back to me. They interviewed me with 2 different people, and they never got back to me. Not even to say, hey, we didn't select you, sorry, but good luck with your job searching. Not even the courtesy. So that really had me stressed, and then becoming the holiday season, because no one's probably hiring at the legal or the corporate level like that. That, also being the holiday season, it's stressful working at retail, at a Best Buy, that people are shopping and people are having an IQ lower than most people's hat sizes, and getting kind of worked up by that, and coworkers too, and also had a coworker kind of talk smack about me, someone that I had trusted, and it really hurt. So that also didn't help with, kind of a personal image of who I was, and how I kind of talked with them and, with everyone else in the store, and had doubts about that relationship stuff, and, not similar to with a hat channel of putting a lot of effort but not getting a lot of return, or even a acceptable return amount of, I guess, result. So it was that decision, kind of those accumulating factor that made me to the decision of I need to take a break from YouTube, from a lot of this, a lot of other things, and kind of go seek out help. Am I feeling depressed about all of this? It felt like a different load to me than before. And I don't think Googling, having 7 Google and YouTube searches, with a correct self-diagnosis of depression, which I'm sure any doctor, nurse, or healthcare personnel would say, that, has that training. Like my counselor had said, I did seek out counseling. That, yeah, it's bad. Especially for my sister, that her being a nurse, she's like, yeah, self-diagnosis is a terrible thing, usually. So I had taken a step back, and it was on January 9th. That was the last video that I had uploaded, that, that finals video. And it wasn't for probably a good long time. I didn't want to touch Premiere Pro or After Effects, the Adobe program that I use for my video editing. I only touched it once to do like a little video thing on an Instagram post about the Oscars, how I got nominated for an Oscar for best short documentary for the Burdines video. Otherwise, I didn't touch it, and it kind of felt good not to exactly stress about it. And there were some factors in the hat world where I'm like, I kind of wanted to make that video, someone beat me to it, or, that would have been, this would be a cool thing to do right now, but I just couldn't, because my main thing was wanting to, seek out help through a therapist. And I did, but it took a while. And it was probably March that I had said to myself, I'm almost feeling ready to come back to doing videos, but I said I can't. I hadn't seeked out help. I hadn't, reached out to a counselor or a therapist about all of this going on. I mean, there are some things that were getting better for sure. Not stressed out about, the relationship things, worrying about, getting texts here and there from the person. Work got better because it wasn't the holiday season. That one person never told them that I had overheard them talking bad about me. Never addressed it, and we kind of both agreed that we were kind of being like siblings about these kind of things, and we're being petty with each other. So that got a little bit better. I was getting a little bit better at my job searching. Took a while until I did hear back. It wasn't until early April that I heard from a place. Didn't get it, but at least they gave me the courtesy of telling me about 24, 36 hours later that they were moving on with someone else. I appreciate that part. But I still hadn't really reached out for help, and I felt like I would have cheated myself if I came back to YouTube like this without getting help. This would have felt cheating. And there are plenty of times where, I've cheated myself of I'm going to get on the bike, and I'm going to do more push-ups, and I'm going to drink less. This is a week. Trust me, this is a week that I'm only going to do 3 sodas a week. Trust me, I'm not gonna. Okay, maybe because it's a payday, celebratory. Okay, it's Friday, it's celebratory too. Okay, I get it. And I gotta pair, a Mountain Dew with that kind of meal because it works good. And then I wanted to slim down for a wedding back in October of 22 for a friend's wedding, and fit into a suit at least. I didn't have to, that I already had, but also, impress some of the people, old high school crush. But I didn't slim down, so I kind of cheated myself. But this I didn't want to cheat. So eventually it was about early to mid March that I did seek out help from a counselor out in my area, phone calls for the sessions, and it wasn't like, oh, I did one session, I'm fixed, I'm good, let's get back into it. No, it wasn't like that. I did go through 3 sessions until I'm like, okay, I can kind of, and a lot of those sessions were talking about work stuff, really, and like how to like manage some of my anger and stress there. But it also did translate in some ways. I did mention about all of this, like why I was looking for therapy help, first time I'd ever done it, and there's something that did translate. I think coming from a counselor, the idea of comparison was better approached than the whole social media version of don't compare yourself to others, be you. It just seemed superficial in some way. There was more gravitas, there was more merit to my therapist, to her telling me of not comparing to others, whether it be comparing to different YouTube channels, comparing myself to other coworkers that were able to find a different job, comparing myself to in general. So that did kind of help for this. And it was also before going into therapy, and I get 8 sessions covered through work, which is really good. But it was before the sessions that I had a realization, it was sometime in February, that I don't want to, I shouldn't really be a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber in all this. I have a I have a platform on, or I have a channel on this platform. I make videos, I make content for YouTube, but I'm not a YouTuber, if you know what I mean. I'm a video maker. I'm an editor. I'm a storyteller. I'm a comedian. Yes, I am funny. I mean, it's a little egotistical, but I would like to think that I'm funny, even without my dad jokes. But I had the realization, and that was a big reason why leaving is leaving for the moment, taking that sabbatical, of I was too focused on numbers with my videos. Then I had to get this one video because it was going to get me all these views. I was going to get more subscribers. I was going to get all these comments of people engaging and having discussions in the comment area section. And I shouldn't. And it's not my way. I know that I'm not going to have the numbers, the big numbers like Ronnie Fitted's Youth in the Vault, big big heat, little feet. Sorry, you know, channels like those. There's other Ace Boogie, another one. I'm not going to get to those big numbers, and I've accepted that. It's maybe like a self-pitiful way of saying that I accept that I have kind of failed at being a YouTuber, but I have not failed as a video maker, as a producer, as a editor. And I need to focus more on, I mean, I've always had the ideal of I and the motto of I put all this effort into these videos for no one to watch. It's a little hyperbolic. I know that people do watch and I appreciate it, but kind of the overall idea that I put a lot of work into these videos, not just with, taking the time, because there's a difference between time and effort into videos, into work. That there's a lot of things, especially what I do here, is what takes a lot of effort. So I just need to get, and I've been getting better at this idea that it's going to be okay that no one watches the videos. I know that I have my place of purpose in this world of online hat content, especially on YouTube. That I've had my purpose. I have my place, and I know what that purpose is, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. It's not about the numbers, but it's about what I did when I did it. That has my purpose that I accept. So, moving forward with the channel, what's going to change? Not really much. I'm going to, do similar types of, videos that I've been doing. I'm going to try to get better at some of these non-hat unboxings. Like, look at this hat over here. This is a cool hat. Well, if not, it's a Tony Stewart hat. But it's kind of a formula. I don't want to get into a formula of repetition, of a treadmill. That just seems boring to me. I guess it works out well for other people, other channels, whether it be for hats or whether it be for tech channels or video games or fashion or cars or other hobbies. That it works out for some people, but for me, I feel like I have to do something different, every so often. And I want to get better at those like non-conforming kind of videos, I guess you could say, the hat reveal, hat unboxing. Like, I'll still do those for sure, because there are some hats where I can either do some special effects that no one else could do, or I have hats that no one else would get. So that's what makes my channel cool. And it's those pillars that, like I said in my finals video, that every channel, whether it be for hats or for all these other niches out there, other hobbies, other topics, everyone can have their own pillars that they can stand on to say that, my channel is great because of this or that. 1, 2, 3, 5 things maybe. Maybe 3 at most, just to not be so dominant. For me, my pillars is my storytelling and editing, my video styles, with all, like I said, all the special effects that I do, my hat diversity, and I guess part of my, my comedy part that I want to say is maybe with my storytelling, but also the variety of videos. So it's like 2 or 3 pillars that I can stand on my own to say, like, this is what makes me good. So, going forward, I'm not going to be as much of a YouTuber. That's going to be the main thing. I'm not going to be, I know I had the joke before of like, we're close to 1 million subscribers, students in the classroom, subscribe, join the classroom, and, we'll make history like that. I might do that joke every so often, maybe rarely, but it's kind of a dead joke. I'm not going to beg for likes. At one point, I think I did like the like button, that I thought I needed it, but after a while, it's like, I don't want to beg for those. I don't want to have to, I still like the idea of comments. That's the main reason why I made the channel, that I wanted to have engagement with other people about these hat topics before I discovered the bigger world of the fitted community and the hat world through Facebook and Instagram. That the comments is the one thing I will still strive for, but not to, move up in the YouTube algorithm necessarily, just to have for personal engagement needs, really, just because I like that kind of stuff. I'm not going to, have to ask, and I know I've done this before, and I'm sorry that I've asked for money, through like a Patreon page or a Kickstarter thing, GoFundMe, to like want funds to get more equipment for my videos. Like, I would like a better camera. I'm using my phone right now, which has worked out pretty well, but it'd be nice to get like a real camera, maybe a gimbal, nicer, maybe a different tripod, maybe some different sound equipment, maybe some other lighting effects, maybe a nicer green screen to use. It would be nice, but I shouldn't exactly have to ask and, beg, maybe in a way, maybe I'm hyperbolizing it, for money from viewers. I mean, I don't have enough viewers to begin with, so that should be a first concern. But, I'm not going to be having a, YouTube, like, fan page, excuse me, where, like, you pay so much and you get early access to videos or other cool things. Like, no, I pay my YouTube premium a month, so I get my videos ad free. That's fine. It's totally fine. So I don't want to, go down this YouTuber mindset again, really. And if I ever do that, someone catch me. Someone tell me that I'm doing that, because at the end of the day, I love making videos. I have a whole history of making videos, and I want to go a little bit deeper into that in another video. I've been doing, in June, I'm gonna be 5 years old on YouTube as Professor Hatter. And beyond that, I've had a previous history of video making. So, I want to talk about that, how I've grown within my own YouTube career, but also with video making in my lifetime. What I've started with and what I've gone to now, and where I want to go. And, having that enjoyment of just making the videos. And that's what one of my friends, Lindsay, had said, that she liked how I had this passion to just make, just to create. And the other passion at the end of the day are hats. So, and actually this is it's a hat from Animal House, Bluto, movie from the 60s, no, 70s, sorry, about the 60s. This is my video maker hat, just how I described it, just that I wear it whenever I do like my editing or my filming sometimes. Harold Ramis was on that project, kind of an inspiration, kind of a cool dude, the guy from Ghostbusters, Egon in the glasses. So I want to refocus back at making videos and doing it because I enjoy them. And I know that there will be videos out there that I make as I come back. This is, a day or two before that I want to maybe come back. I don't have like a set date. I usually make like a trailer, and like I had an idea to like make a trailer of like coming back. I'm like, no, whenever I feel like it, I'll just upload it. So I want to. I know that the videos in the future will not get views that I want. That they will stay in the double digits, probably below 75. Understandable. I get it. No one watches me. Hyperbolizing. I know people watch me, and I appreciate that. But I'm still going to do it because I know that it's either a video that only I could make, or it's a story or it's a topic that I could tell the best. So that's kind of why I want to make these videos, and that's my motivation. And yeah, so I will have like a big video in the summer other than my 5-year anniversary videos. This like really big production. I know that a lot of people are gonna watch it because it's gonna be essentially like clickbait, and it's going to. I'm gonna be a disruptor about it. That's why I have my D hat on here, my Detroit Tigers hat. I was called a disruptor at one time in the newspaper, so I kind of like that idea of being a disruptor. That I don't really have much to lose. So I appreciate. I'm going to appreciate those who will take the time, and I appreciate those who have taken the time in watching my videos. I know that I talk a lot, and it's probably boring as fuck because it's one person talking. So I appreciate it for those who do watch, who have been watching for the 5 years, like Sergio, Major League Hats, the other guys in the crew that he started, for the longest time, or some of the newer viewers, the viewers to the future. I appreciate the time that you've taken, that I've earned your time and interest. That's what I find important. That's what I appreciate. So, I'm probably going on about 40 some minutes about this. I don't know what time yeah, probably 40 minutes. So this was supposed to be like a quick-ish video, which is never. So I'm sure that there are other things I talked about or forgot. But I'm glad that I did, seek out the help with the therapist. It did help in a lot of ways. A lot of kind of friends and family are important. They are there to support you, but it's just, and like my sister did say, it's a different perspective that they give as a therapist to help someone. So I've appreciated her help through all this, and I know that me thinking that I was depressed was a hyperbole, but mental health is different for everyone. So and that was a reason why I didn't go in earlier, because like I waited about probably 2 months to do something about it. Was like, well, I'm busy, or maybe I'm getting better, or other people have it worse, so maybe they need the resources more than me. But everyone does. Everyone needs resources. So I encourage you to reach out when the time is needed for yourself. For me, it helped, so I hope that would help for you. Kind of a closing thing here. One of the things that I wanted to talk, I knew I wanted to come back because there were still stories and videos to tell and to make that only I could. That I've seen other YouTubers out there that I've watched for years or months or whatever amount of time that I've been on YouTube doing this myself, that do like video editing stuff or photography stuff or anything like that in tech, talking about burnout. And it was a burnout factor. I had been kind of going pretty well nonstop, I would say, for the most part, for the larger part of 4.5 years. So I think taking about 3 months was a good amount of time to step back. And a lot of them had said that, if they were to actually walk away from YouTube, it's because that they would find that being on YouTube would become too much of a job, that it would become too formulaic, that they would lose the passion of doing videos because they wanted to share their stories or share what they wanted to tell the world. So that's another reason why I don't want to be a YouTuber per se, that I don't want this to be exactly a job. I don't want this to be formulaic. I don't want this to be the same thing over and over where I don't feel passion about it. I wanted to create my own passion with it. So I appreciate for those students coming back. Maybe tell your friends to join the class too. Shameless plug there. But, yeah, going on forever now, but as always, hats off to you for watching. I'll see you next time in class. This summer will be really fun. A lot of big videos. My, next, Opus Magnum video will come out finally after 3 years of waiting. 5-year anniversary videos to come out, and other great videos and stories to tell and to share. I'll see you next time in class, everyone. Class is dismissed. Bye, everyone.